Klein's serve is good and received by Tooney. We'll try one from the outside. It's blocked by USC, and they'll get the first point.
Yeah, Tooney just goes right into that block, and that's something that USC knows how to do very well. Leads the country in blocks per set at 3.5 coming into this one. So this is going to be a tough matchup for the Buckeyes, because USC just has such a good block.
And that one, a little bit too much power on it from Klein. Ohio State tying it up 1-1. Back to serve for the Buckeyes, Thomas Leahy, the graduate. Didn't play for Ohio State last year with a red shirt. Back again for the Buckeyes, and he's made an impact so far. Blanchett to the right side for Roberts, and that one's out of bounds off of Ohio State's hands.
Yeah, Roberts, someone who is very versatile on the outside, came in averaging about 2.7 kills per set. That time he just goes right into the hands there for Ohio State. It just goes errant off of them. USC out with a 2-1 lead early.
Guy Ginnis to serve for the Trojans. Serve is good. Henwood Rodriguez to the opposite side for Wetzel. Received by USC, and it's a backcourt kill for Klein.
Yeah, Dylan Klein, someone who comes in back-to-back, honorable mention All-American. He is someone who really knows how to pick up his kills. Almost 4 kills per set. 351 last year. That's someone that can really take control of a match.
Klein with 55 kills so far this season. As Ginnis' next serve is good. Tooney tries it from the outside, and he'll get it on the back line for the kill.
Yeah, that's good recognition that time by Tooney. Recognized kind of the defense and read it. That only really Klein was back there on that back row for the Trojans, and he was just able to go right to that back line and just sneak it in there.
Tooney so far this season has 13 kills for Ohio State, has been more active in these last few matches. Back to serve is the lefty Wetzel. He's good. A free ball for Ohio State to take advantage, and they will. It's Cole Young from the middle.
A little bit of an overpass that time by USC, and Henwood Rodriguez was right there for Ohio State. Put that on a platter for Cole Young, who was just able to drive that into the middle right there. Pretty easy kill that time for the senior.
All tied up in this first set, 3-3. Wetzel once again to serve. The junior opposite hitter. Received by Stewart, pushed to the outside, and a fast hit from USC's Tompkinson, but it's out of bounds.
And Haczynski that time for Ohio State, that's a great read. He was sitting in that back line, looked like he wanted to go stick his hands out and try to receive that one, but let it go by, and it just flies past. So good read that time by the freshman.
An expert read for Haczynski, as Wetzel tries another serve, and that one's in the net, tying it back up 4-4. Back to serve for the Trojans is Noah Roberts, redshirt sophomore outside hitter. Roberts hitting at a .271 this season. His serve is up and over. Haczynski with the dig, and a middle for Cole Young push. To the outside for USC is Foley. Back to the backside as Wetzel will try again, and he gets it.
Ohio State attacking that back row early for USC as Wetzel that time goes to the back and picks up his first kill so far. He's been a guy that Ohio State's glad to bring back. Second leading kill getter last year for the Buckeyes, and he's got 58 now on this young season.
Buckeyes making a switch up at the libero position. Drew Hudson comes in, the freshman, as Tooney's serve is up and over. And a quick push once again to Tompkinson. Ohio State receives. A push by Tooney over the net. See if USC can take advantage of the slow one, and Klein with another kill from the back row.
Yeah, Klein put a little bit of extra heat on that one. He went backside that time for USC. USC was able to work him not on the outside, but they brought him to the middle that time. He was able to pick up the kill.
Sterling Foley, the freshman outside hitter for the Trojans, up to serve. Tied 5-5, close set so far. That one's good. Strong comes back in at libero. Haczynski tries from the outside, but he is stopped by the 7-footer Tompkinson.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth there, Sarah. It's kind of tough to go at Parker Tompkinson at times because he's just so big up in front of that net. 7 foot. Picks up another block.
Tompkinson been successful his freshman season for USC so far. He's got 39 kills, and he's hitting at a .621, so an extremely high clip as Haczynski's hit goes out of bounds, and the Trojans take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Chinsky that time just overcooked it a little bit there for Ohio State, and USC now with back-to-back points to take this 2-point lead.
Serving again is Foley. That serve is good, and that one had some air power to it. USC tries from the outside, Klein, and he's been hot as he gets another termination.
Yeah, just went cross court that time, went right at his number counterpart in Grant Strong, and he just wasn't able to really get underneath that one, and it's a 3-0 run for the Trojans.
Klein with his 3rd kill of the evening, leading all hitters early in this first set. Foley serves again. Strong gets his hand underneath it, so Chinsky tips it over the net. Fight at the net. Klein tries for a push, and he'll get it off the soft touch.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Again, but gives the points to the Buckeyes, and that's been kind of what we've seen so far, is just the fact that Ohio State's really only getting those points on those service errors by the Trojans.
That's been the one blemish. They've now up to 4 service errors here so far in this early set. Ohio State just won, so USC has given away a couple points just on the service line, so that's definitely the one thing they can look at.
Tooney serves for the Buckeyes. Blanchette looking in the back row for Roberts, and that one's just out of bounds and goes to Ohio State.
Roberts tried to go right at the freshman libero, Drew Hudson, that time. He just did a little half spin to get out of the way there, wagged his finger, said, yeah, I got that nice read on that one. He wanted to go for it, but was able to pull off and let that go out.
And a rare miss so far for the Trojans on their hitting. Hitting at 500 still. Tooney's serve catches the net. Back row, Klein, and he stays hot for another kill.
Yeah, just curled that one in that time. He went cross court right to the right of the libero and Hudson, and was just able to squeak that in on that Big Ten logo here on the near side. I mean, he has been on fire to start.
Back to serve is Foley for the Trojans. And that one is out of bounds. Ohio State getting another free point off the service error. And you mentioned, too, just with Klein, the fact that he's able to hit anywhere, and that's what's been so dangerous, too, is they don't have to wait for him to come back to that outside spot in the rotation. He can hit from the back row and the opposite side as well. Serving for the Buckeyes is Cole Young. Looking on the opposite for Roberts, and it's off the hands of Cooch for another point for USC.
And if you're Ohio State, you probably want to use that last time out here within the next point or two just to try to get yourself back into this one. But USC, there's another point. They're continuing to move on here in this set.
There's another look at Roberts' opposite side kill as Tompkinson is back to serve. Strong with the reception. Cooch looking toward the back row for Tharp, who comes in on the opposite, and he'll get it off the hands of the Trojans.
Tharp, first time we've said his name tonight, the redshirt freshman out of Chicago. It's now just his 6th kill this season.
And Tharp, who also has been more active in these last few matches for Ohio State. He played in 3 of the 4 sets versus UCLA. So he's playing some more after redshirting that 2024 season. Henwood Rodriguez back in at the setter position as he serves. Back row is Foley, and those back row hits have been hot for the Trojans.
That they have. That time by Hudson was kind of pushed a little back in that back row, and so USC was just able to go right there, right in front of Hudson that time to pick up that kill.
Back to serve is Blanchette. Hachinsky with the reception, and a middle for Leahy. It's first we're seeing of him so far from the attack. Back row Foley tries another one off the hands of Ohio State, and he'll get the kill.
Yeah, Foley now back-to-back kills for him. He just goes right into that block and just enough power on it that's just able to bounce right off and into the stands.
And the Trojans up 21-14. Another look at that one going off the hands of Ohio State. Strong digs it. On the opposite side, Hachinsky, he gets the kill.
This is where the Buckeyes, you get that kill from Hachinsky. Now you need to go. This is where you got to take your run, because Ohio State, they're starting to run out of real estate here in this first set with USC creeping towards 25. Use a big kill like that as leverage.
Hachinsky back to serve for Ohio State, and a bad mistake there for Ohio State, something they really didn't need to see.
No, you get that big point from Haczynski, but he gives it right back to USC there from the service line. Not what you wanted to see if you're the Buckeyes.
Back to serve is Klein. And that one's out of bounds.
Now these teams just trading it back and forth. That's the 6th service there so far for the Trojans here in this first set. So mentioned it earlier, that's been kind of the one spot that they're probably trying to look at to improve here down the second set and through the rest of this first.
Yeah, 5 service errors for USC, 2 for Ohio State. As Leahy serves that one, and Ginnis comes in from the middle.
23 guy Ginnis.
Ginnis, the middle blocker, who started in 16 matches for UCLA last year. Now here with the Trojans. That serve is up, and an ace for Vondere.
Yeah, big ace that time for the Trojans as Vondere with his first ace of his collegiate career and gives the Trojans here set point.
Jack Vondere, the opposite, coming in here in this instance as a service specialist for the Trojans as he sends another heater towards Ohio State, and Wetzel gets the kill.
The Trojans thought they had won that, but Wetzel was just able to keep that inbounds as he went down the line on the far side and pulls the Buckeyes back within 7.
And USC knocking on the doorstep of this first set win, 24-17. Buckeyes have a lot of catching up to do here. This will be a crucial serve from Wetzel. Veteran for Ohio State, has been active all 3 years for the Buckeyes as he gets the service ace.
I think that one had a little bit of maybe side spin on it, kind of just careened towards that far side. And Wetzel, big ace, pulls the Buckeyes back within 6 here in this first set.
Nice spot there from Wetzel. Crucial for the Buckeyes as he goes in for another one. Klein digs it. See if USC can stop it. And Klein does.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Composed to keep it close as well, not letting either of those leads get too strong. Young from the middle, and he kills it.
That one was awfully close, and actually they're going to give the point to USC. Attack error there on Young.
And that one ties it up. Klein back to serve. Both of these teams tied up very much in this second set. It's anybody's ball game. Chinsky goes for one on the outside, and he gets it off the hands of the tip.
Yeah, that one, he went down the line that time. It just goes right through the block that time. So caroms into the USC bench. That's a big point there for Ohio State. Snaps I believe there was a 3-0 run that time for USC.
Buckeyes back up by 1 late in this second set. Dykstra with the reception, pushing it outside to Foley, and a big block comes down from Leahy and Hinwood Rodriguez as the Buckeyes get a point.
From evening this match up.
Buckeyes, Cole Young serves, and there's a big error as that one goes into the net. And those mistakes that you don't want to see with such a close set.
No, not what, like you said, not within a close set. If you're Ohio State, just trying to put that thing away, and you just give USC a free point to pull back within 1.
Ginnis to serve for the Trojans. Tooney receives, Hinwood Rodriguez tries to fight at the net. Foley pushes it back over. Wetzel looks for an attack, and that one's out of bounds, tying the game back up.
And that's what...
And it is Guy Ginnis back to serve once again for the Trojans. As that one rolls up and over. Haczynski with the reception, looks for a kill. And that one is, as it gets touched by USC.
Yeah, just tipped at the net. Now set point for Ohio State, just trying to put this one away.
And a big point here and a big serve for the Buckeyes. The freshman Daniel Hinwood Rodriguez to serve. OSU looking to close this one out. That one's up and over. Tompkinson, back row Klein, off of Hudson, And that'll tie it up, and this one's not finished yet.
And USC needs a point, so why not go to Mr. Reliable? Klein now with his 13th kill here of this matchup, and he just goes right to that back row for the Buckeyes.
And some changeup on the lineup for USC. Back to serve is Ryan Sprague, junior setter. Also in is Riley Hain, number 11 for the Trojans. Sprague serves, that one's good. Hachinski, Henwood Rodriguez, back to Hachinski on the opposite side. And it's blocked, Ohio State can't save it. And the Trojans go up by 1.
I think it was just a battle for at the net, and it ends up going in favor of the Trojans. And just like that, they're able to flip the script on Ohio State and take the set point right away from them.
25-24, a big point here for both teams. It's set up for Leahy in the middle, and he lays it down for the kill.
That one just got caught up in the net there for the Trojans, and Leahy cool as collected there just to pick that one up and avert the set point for now.
25-25 as we push past regulation in the second. Hachinski to serve for the Buckeyes, a strong one. Almost gets the ace, and Ohio State gets the point, and that's all thanks to Hachinski with that strong serve.
Yeah, USC never had a clean reception on it. It just bounced around and ended up coming off an overpass over the net, and Ohio State was able to palm it right back down, and it bounced around a lot again, and USC on that whole possession never was able to get a clean touch on that.
Buckeyes up 26-25, looking to close the second out. Hachinski serving once again. One's up and over, a nice strong serve again, but USC stays alive on a Tompkinson kill.
That's a huge kill there for Tompkinson. Just rolls that off his fingertips that time. He's just so tall that he's able to out-jump that block that time for Ohio State.
Tied again as Sterling Foley is up to serve for the Trojans. That one's up and out. And the Buckeyes get the free point.
Back and forth they go. Another set point here for Ohio State, and that's the last thing you wanted if you're USC, to give away a free point just like that in such a close set.
Leahy, the veteran, to serve. This one is up and over. Dykstra reception. Blanchette in the middle for Tompkinson. He gets the kill and ties it up again. And there's two big ones for the freshman Tompkinson.
Yeah, back-to-back for him. He's keeping USC here in this one as they pull back even at 27.
Tompkinson, after the kill, is serving. As the set continues to extend. Hachinski, Henwood Rodriguez to the backside. Off the fingers of USC. Blanchette to Klein, and he'll get the kill.
Yeah, Klein, they go right back to him here on the near side. He goes cross court, and looked like Tooney tried to dig it out, just couldn't dive down to the floor enough, and USC takes away the set point.
Trojans now with the opportunity to close out this set. Tompkinson serves, Henwood Rodriguez to the outside for Tooney, rolls that one off the hands. Tompkinson receives it, Klein pushes it, and he will finish this set off again.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Thomas Leahy back to serve. Blanchette looking for a push for Jennison, he gets the kill.
Yeah, that's a great set there by Blanchette to get it to Gennis, and he's just able to go right to the middle of that floor. Ohio State really left that spot open, and great recognition there by the graduate middle blocker.
19-15, Blanchette with the serve. Henwood Rodriguez back row for Hachinski, out of bounds, and the attack error. USC back within 3. And again, we've seen it so far tonight that they have the ability to come back from these deficits and still win a set. As Wetzel tries a big one from the opposite side, saved by Stewart. Henwood Rodriguez looking for Wetzel again, and he'll get the termination.
Yeah, Wetzel tried it on the near side, tried to go down the line. Great dig out on the other side. So this time he just goes cross court on that second attempt and wasn't able to be dug out by Roberts.
20-16, the score. Buckeyes within 5 of closing out this third one. And on the outside is Roberts with a big kill for the Trojans.
Roberts right there just pounded that one into the middle that time. Much needed point there from USC to pull back within 3. Could really use a string of points here.
Klein back to serve, and we've seen it so far. He can serve accurate and fast, so expect a strong serve here from Klein as Strong digs it up. On the outside is Tooney, who gets the kill.
Cole Cooch comes into the game, a nice little set that time to set Tooney up, and he just goes down the line, is able to keep that one just in bounds.
Tooney switches that one up, hits it from the opposite instead of usually the outside position. So he goes back to serve. And that one in the net. Buckeyes still with a cushion though, as they're up by 3. Lineup change here for the Trojans once again, and we saw them do this in the second set as well. They brought in Jack Vonderay to serve, and it worked out well for them. He got that service ace in the second. See if he can do it again. Sends it to Tooney. Cooch pushes to the backside for Thorpe, and it's out of bounds. Both of them averaging over a block per set. This action continues, and Haczynski gets a kill from the outside on the line drive.
That thing had so much power on it. It took a bounce and went about 3/4 of the way up the stands. Haczynski there with the big swing and a big kill for the Buckeyes.
Coming in for Ohio State is Owen Pickering, and the sophomore outside hitter from Ontario. There's another look, that big kill by Haczynski. Pickering's serve is over. Looking on that quick middle is Tompkinson, but that one's out of bounds as the Buckeyes go up by 4.
He tried a little deep that time. Looked like he was going to go right towards that middle, and instead try to go to the far side and just wasn't able to keep it in. And USC
2-0 in the first 2 sets, making a comeback here. Pickering comes in and gets a service ace for Ohio State to put them at set point.
That was a little floater over the net, and it looked like Noah Roberts was there to receive that one, and it just kind of just went dead off his hands. And so Pickering with the big ace, and all of a sudden Ohio State has set point.
And a big play there by the sophomore. USC trying to stay alive, and they will for at least one more point, the Tompkinson kill.
That's what USC did in that second set when both these teams were trading set points back and forth. They went to the big man and Tompkinson in the middle, get a couple of big points, and they kind of take the page out of that second set and get a big point right there.
And a Trojan lineup change as Christian Connell comes back in, and serving for USC is Ryan Sprague, number 7. Up and over. Buckeyes looking to close this one out. Tharp will see if he can do it. And it goes to the Trojans as that one's out of bounds. Buckeyes still ahead by 3. USC, a little bit of ways to claw back, but Sprague sends that serve over. Cooch looking for the outside, Haczynski. Klein digs it. Sprague serves. Tompkinson is blocked. And Ohio State will take the third set to remain alive and go into a 4th.
That's a big one for Ohio State. They had it in the grass there in that second set.
Not letting the 2-0 down discourage them. They come back for the 4th. USC. Servers number 1, Dylan Klein. Tied up 1-1. Dylan Klein serving for the Trojans. That one's up and over. Strong serve. Henwood Rodriguez for Tooney on the outside. And he is stopped by Guinness. and Connell.
Yeah, they both combined on that block there. Again, is strutting a little bit after that one. He had the big emphatic block there.
USC now taking the 1-point lead as Klein serves. Henwood Rodriguez to the back row for Haczynski. A pushover by Connell. And Ohio State gets the point off of the two-hand touch.
Yeah, and Connell there, I mean, he was in good position, but just that double touch that time gives the point to the Buckeyes. So just mistakes like that. Buckeyes have had the more attack errors in this one. We talked a lot about the service line in USC, but it's been the Buckeyes who almost doubled the attack errors there on USC, but that one's a Trojan attack error.
Klein tries for the attack, but it's blocked by the Buckeyes. Connell will try for one of his own, and he gets the kill off the hands of Ohio State.
It went right for him that time. He goes down the line, just able to roll it off that block there for Ohio State.
Back to serve is Guinness. Trojans up by 1. The set starting out like the last two is a back and forth. Tooney receiving, backside Wetzel, and he gets the termination.
Wetzel's had a monster one so far. He's up to 16 kills now. He's been very efficient, hitting about 550 here in this one. Has been really the bright star of this Buckeye offense.
Wetzel on that Ohio State side and then Klein on the USC side have been the two dominant attackers. But Tompkinson there making a name for himself as well with his 7th kill. These two teams trading points. Connell back to serve, freshman outside hitter. Started for the Trojans and then didn't see as much action in those first couple sets. Tooney goes for one and he gets a kill.
That's good accuracy by Tooney. Goes down the line. Christian Connell sitting back there in that back row, but he's just a little bit too far back, not able to get in good position for that one.
And Tooney hitting double digits in the kill category for the Buckeyes. He's behind Wetzel with 16. He's back to serve as well. Stewart receives and a back row attack and kill by Klein.
Klein retaking that match lead now. He's got 17 on 23 attempts. Just one attack error in there for Klein.
USC back with the lead. Foley serves. Tooney saves that one, back row from Wetzel. Up and over as Blanchette looks in the middle for Tompkinson. And a diving save by Strong, but Tompkinson is there to stop it at the net and get the block.
It was a good scramble that time by the Buckeyes, but just even better defense that time by Tompkinson, who just out-jumped Cole Young that time, was able to stuff that one back down to the hardwood.
And Tompkinson, we talked about his blocking. He's got 5 total blocks. There's a big kill by Young for the Buckeyes.
Well, Young comes right back at him that time. He was able to work that thing into the middle, and Young is able to win that battle that time.
There's another look again at that middle attack by Young as he serves. A free ball over by USC, an advantage for Ohio State. But Henwood Rodriguez is stopped by Klein and Tompkinson. Tompkinson with his 6th block. He has 5 blocks assisted on and then 1 solo block as well. Tompkinson serves. Henwood Rodriguez to the outside. Haczynski. And another big block by the Trojans.
Yeah, they tried to work the freshman that time. Ohio State did, and Ohio State will take a quick timeout as USC has now opened up a 3-point lead early in this 4th set.
Buckeyes looking to recollect as they go down by 3.
Attacking errors, whereas the Trojans only have 11. They have kept those very limited. Offensively, Dylan Klein is leading the way for the Trojans. 17 kills, still only 1 error in the 4th set. So impressive for the Buckeyes. Shane Wetzel's right behind him with 16 kills and 3 errors. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Hannah. And starting back up was a kill by Haczynski to Ohio State. Now with the serving opportunity. Back within 2, Henwood Rodriguez is serving. It's up and over, a free ball for the Buckeyes, taking advantage. And they will as Wetzel gets the opposite kill.
Yeah, Wetzel has already shattered his season high in terms of kills so far. Now up to 17, he's trying to chase down that career high of 24 he set last year against Loyola Chicago.
Wetzel hot on the attack for Ohio State. So they're back within one. And Rodriguez serving. Another free ball for the Buckeyes. Looking to take advantage, and again they do as Hachinski gets the outside kill.
There's the Buckeyes with the coach's point off the challenge, or should I say the timeout there by Kevin Birch. They come out of the timeout. Quick 3-0 run to tie this thing back up.
Buckeyes coming out strong in these last few plays. 8-8, trying to stay alive for a fifth set. Kenwood Rodriguez serves, a diving save by Foley. Klein pops one over, and a back again for Wetzel, and he gets the kill.
I mean, Wetzel and Hachinski really starting to take over this set here as they're just picking up kill after kill, trading them back and forth.
Ohio State now regains the lead on this scoring run. The serve is up and over. Blanchette pushes it to Klein, and he gets the kill.
There's a much needed point there for the Trojans as Klein snaps a 4-0 run that time by the Buckeyes and ties this thing back up.
As you mentioned, a much needed point there. So Ohio State was really starting to get hot from the attack. Tied back up 9-9. Blanchette with the serve. Leahy from the middle. Blanchette pushes to Klein, sees if he can get another kill. A fight, and he does.
He's able to push that, win that joust at the net, and it just rolls out of bounds. So back-to-back there for Klein as he's just able to out-jump that time.
And the Trojans still ahead in the hitting category on percentage, but it's getting a little bit closer. They're at a 425, Buckeyes at a 260, and that'll help out with the percentage. Hachinski from the opposite.
Yeah, he's having a good set now. He hits double digits with that kill. Third Buckeye to hit that mark tonight.
And Hachinski doing a nice job of hitting from both pins. Has an opposite and an outside. And a fiery serve gives him the ace.
That one was a rocket 71 off the hand that time and picks up the Buckeyes' fifth ace. And gives them a lead right back.
A big play by the freshman. Two plays by the freshman after that big kill, and then the service ace. He's looking for another one. That one received by Seward. Klein from the opposite. A dive by Hachinski, but it's no good as the Trojans get the kill.
Yeah, good effort that time. Just when you're diving like that, sometimes it's tough to control that pass, and it ended up going off the front of his fist and into the crowd.
Tied back up 11-11. And two service aces now for Hachinski. Here's another look at that dive and the kill by Klein. But in that ace category, Ohio State with 5 and USC with 2. And there's a service error, which USC does still lead in that 14-12. Buckeyes up by 1. Leahy to serve. Dug by Klein. Push to the back for Connell, and he'll get the kill.
He's starting to get some swings in. It's now his third one this set. And the second kill as he just goes right into that Buckeye block there at the net.
Guinness to serve. Rolls that one off the net. And Connell takes advantage of the tip over.
Yeah, a little overpass that time, and it set Connell up perfectly there. Just pretty much a carbon copy of his last swing. It goes right into that block.
Trojans now up by 1. Another rolling serve by Guinness. And from the opposite side, Wetzel tries to lay it down, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah, Wetzel tried to go down the line that time. Looked like he was going to go cross court, just the way he was set up, but tried to wrap that back inside and cut over it a little too much.
USC now with a little run of their own. Henwood Rodriguez to Tooney on the outside. Free ball for the Buckeyes to use. It's Young in the middle. Saved by the Trojans. Another free ball sent over by Foley. And from the opposite side, Wetzel collects another kill.
It's a good rally by both sides that time. The Strong bumped it up to Henwood Rodriguez. Nice little back set that time to set Wetzel up, and he just goes cross court for the easy kill.
Wetzel putting in the work as he goes back to the service line. Looking to tie up this match, this set. Connell sends it over to Foley, but that one's outside of the antenna and ties it up for the Buckeyes.
There's a little violation that time. Pretty easy call, and this thing's tied. Back and forth we've gone. Feels like this entire night outside of that first set.
Very even matchup here, it seems, between these two teams. Wetzel with another look on the service line, and that one's an error.
Yeah, that one never had a chance. Just kind of came off his hand a little weirdly. Almost took out one of his guys there in the front row.
USC regaining their lead. And Connell will serve. Wetzel getting some applause as he comes out of the game. It's Cooch back at the serve, and Tharp back at the opposite. Connell serves, dive by Strong. And Tooney will try from the opposite side, but Tompkinson and Foley said no.
Yeah, just a little double block that time combined it on by those two. And I mean, Tooney tried it, but USC was able to pull back out by 2 off another excellent block.
And the Trojans extending this lead a little bit further than what we've seen in the 4th set so far. As Connell goes for the serve. Cooch with the set, and that one once again just goes into the hands of Foley and Tompkinson for another point for USC. And we saw how well they executed coming out of that last timeout. Tied it up and even took the lead for a little bit. We'll see if something else can help with that, and Kyle Tooney gets the kill, so that's a good start for the Buckeyes to cut into this lead.
That was very nearly almost 3 straight blocks that time for the Trojans, but that one just dropped out of bounds. The Buckeyes have a much needed point.
Tooney back to serve for the Buckeyes. That one's up and out of bounds, and a free point for the Trojans. And you talked a little bit about how that was almost a block for USC, and that is something we've mentioned as well, is just the difference in the numbers in blocking. 26 total blocks for the Trojans, only 11 for the Buckeyes. Wetzel looking for another kill, but that one's out of bounds.
Just uncorked that one a little bit too hard, and USC back out by 4. They're probably pretty content with where they're at here. Ohio State could really use a run.
2 quick errors for Ohio State coming out of the timeout, putting USC up by 4, and that one's a fight at the net, and Ohio State gets a point to go back within 3.
A little just tip there at that net. Ohio State back within 3, like you said, and they'll bring in Owen Pickering here to take the serve.
And Pickering, when he came in to serve in that 3rd set, got an ace for the Buckeyes. We'll see if he can do it once again. Serves that one up and over to Stewart. Blanchett to the outside, Klein, and a save by Ohio State with the hustle play. Blanchett, back row, Foley, and he gets the kill on that one.
And Ohio State, I mean, they put on a good fight, were able to keep that off the ground, but Foley said, all right, enough of that, just goes into that back row, picks up a massive point.
Trojans getting closer and closer to finishing out this set and match. And a lineup change here for USC. Tompkinson coming out for Ryan Sprague to come in to serve once again, and then Riley Hain as well coming in the front row. There's another look again at that last play. Sprague serves, it's over. Backside Wetzel off the hands of USC. Outside now, a tip by Haczynski, saved by Hain. Klein will try for one, and he gets another kill from the opposite.
Yeah, that's his 21st tonight, and Tooney got his hands up, but he's really just protecting his face rather than playing the ball, and it just goes kind of dead off his hands. And USC, this is their biggest lead this set so far, up to 5.
Serve is up and over. Klein digs it. Blanchette to the back for Connell, and he gets the kill. Now up by 4 are the Trojans. Blanchette back to serve, and he's had such a nice night as a setter. 46 assists that he's been facilitating for his hitters. Henwood Rodriguez to Tooney in the back row. And a push over by Klein, finds the open spot on the line.
It just keeps that in bounds. I mean, that was almost out of bounds, but just is able to keep that in, and it's a big point for the Trojans.
Great save and court awareness by Klein on that push. Blanchette serving again. Henwood Rodriguez to Haczynski on the back, and he'll get a kill.
He buried that thing down the line on the near side, and a big point for Ohio State. Now's the time where you got to use this as kind of a momentum booster here, just to try to push yourself back into this one, because you're starting to run out of time there on that scoreboard.
Buckeyes down by 4, and a big mistake there, an unforced error by Ohio State.
Yeah, you never want to see a service error, but especially in a situation like this, where now USC 2 away from taking this one.
23-18, up by 5. USC has the cushion. Klein with the serve. Henwood Rodriguez in the middle for Leahy, who lays it down.
Yeah, Leahy with a big kill there. Ohio State back within 4, but like I said in that last point, now's the time where if you're going to find a run, you got to find it.
And they don't have a lot of leeway on this run, too. They have to keep it clean. If it goes back to USC, they need to be able to get those side outs as well. And a little bit of adjustments here on the court as Leahy goes back to serve. The veteran needs to make a big play here for the Buckeyes with a clean serve. And that he will. Stewart with the dig. Outside to Foley. And a save by Henwood Rodriguez. Free ball sent over by the Buckeyes. How will USC respond? And with a kill is how they will respond from Klein.
That starts that point. Thought Ohio State was going to get that. It was a great save by Henwood Rodriguez to keep it alive for Ohio State, but USC just stuck with it, got it to Klein, and he's able to bury it on that far side, and just 1 away from taking this one tonight.
Trojans set and match point. Jack Vonderay, who's come in as a server for USC in this matchup and done such a nice job, has a big service error, and Ohio State will get one more chance at life.
Guy Jennings checking back in. He's still got the Gatorade towel on his shoulder. Actually, he ends up coming back out.
And a big play here by Wetzel at the service line. The junior veteran sends that one up, keeps it in. Will this stop it? Not quite yet. And it will, as it goes to USC, and not a very exciting finish on that last one, but they'll get the call as they take it in 4 sets, 25-20 against the Buckeyes.